Who's going to be the first one to put the message in?
When's the last time you hit that super chat button? Huh? What do you think this is?
Who's
Free
first?
real estate or
Who's
what?
going to get the congrats?
Me. Hi.
Congrats.
Hello, I'm first.
Me.
Congrats. Trevor.
There you go.
Oh, Trevor, you son of a bitch.
That's pissing me off.
Damn you, Trevor.
It's pissing me off that I will never be able to be first. You know. So,
Well, maybe if you didn't live in like Tarzan land, you probably
no. It's
Jurassic Park.
It's the ping from US. It's not. It's the ping, I guess, from US or something. But it's always the stream starts at always like 15, 20, 30 seconds after you start. So by the time
Look.
I can refresh it nonstop, and by the time the live shows up, there's like 20 comments already.
I can't help you that you live in Toontown.
No, I know.
Preacher, can you just change your? Preacher,
I can hear that now.
Preacher, can you just change your name to Georgia the Jungle?
Nope.
Oh man, there's a little bit of a problem when your data goes from Toon data to regular data through the portal of reality versus Warner Brothers.
Is this mighty jungle? Epic. Lion sleeps tonight.
By the way, the stream went down, I think, because for those of you who are wondering, it was I can't even
Storm tonight. Away. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Somebody's picking it up. Let it rip, Tater Chip. Come on, man. Oh, okay. All right.
That was my audition for. No, that was my audition for movie trailers.
Can't get no help. Trying to see how you guys play it on here. It's solo act only. I thought we were all going to get down together.
Is the stream still up?
It's up now. It's up. All right, I got to go to break.
What break?
The reason that the stream went down was because my OBS locked up. So just throwing that out there. It was not anything nefarious.
Is it too hot?
I don't
Kind
know.
of breaks the road with OBS.
It's like, is that like irritable bowel syndrome, IBS?
Yeah,
I thought you were punishing us, punishing BBBY.
Is it the?
Isn't there like I know there's some stream software that has the failover that if you like people like storm chasers and stuff, it'll switch over if they drop.
You don't have that?
I would imagine that's probably something that has to do with like maybe Restream or something like that, but I don't want to pay for software.
Yeah.
Not going to do it. I'm not going to pay for anything.
With all the money you're making?
Yeah. That's exactly what I want to do is deplete my funds more. I'm still I'm lucky I can buy shares from time to time, so I'm happy with that. Let me just keep myself doing what I'm doing.
Oh, you complaining?
No, I'm not complaining at all. I'm happy. I'm happy with what I'm doing. You're trying to add in more shit and make me complain. That's what you're trying to do.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
Pick up your clothes.
Yeah. Well, that's not ever going to happen. I sleep in my clothes. You don't sleep in your clothes? Does anybody sleep in their clothes here?
Hell no.
I just not thought of that.
No, I don't even wear pajamas. I don't know how you can even sleep with anything on, man.
I mean, I take my pants off.
Underwear.
I took my pants off, but
Nah.
When I come home drunk.
let's see.
Yeah, that's a different story. That's on the couch doesn't count. Like
How
actually going to bed,
often
man. No way.
do you sleep in
Your
what
thong.
you? Okay, I want to reword this because I feel like if I say what you wore today, people are gonna be like, "Yeah, I wore the same underwear," or some BS like that. But I want it to be more like,
You got to do a poll. You
Yeah.
got to do a poll.
How-
Pajamas, underwear only, or nude. Three
No.
choice.
A snug or a snuggie.
Yeah, you snuck it through the back.
A
You tuck
onesie.
it.
what do you wear to
ask,
bed?
Do you see?
A onesie with a dumper in the back.
Nothing.
Everything.
Underwear only.
Do you tuck it?
Jammies.
PJs.
Jammies.
PJs/jammies. PJs
Yeah.
slash.
JC.
Yeah.
You You won't let us tell them the number of shares, but
Lingerie.
you'll ask us about what
lingerie,
we're
that is.
wearing.
Or
He's a freak.
Furry suit.
Is it king?
Lingerie.
Lingerie. An ape suit.
Well, if this was a predominantly women, we would have to include just a T-shirt because a lot of women, you got their go-to nighty night is just a big oversized T-shirt. Now, Yucko might wear that, and some of the more effeminate members here, JJ, did you have plain? He may dress like a woman. Some of these other guys.
Damn it! I leave my windows open, and this is what I get.
Yeah, and you have to be age 18 or over to answer this poll question. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to reword this. I need to word this in a way.
Do you tuck it?
He's trying to.
What are you trying to
reposition his
describe?
poll.
So the clothes that you wore for the day, but not including underwear. How do you?
Yeah.
Street
Okay, so it's
clothes.
just your
You ever sleep in your
Uniform of
clothes?
the day or your street clothes?
Street
Yeah,
clothes.
Sleep in your, or do you sleep in your clothes?
I was put street clothes.
The next poll is: do you wear underwear with your clothes?
All right.
Do
There
you
you
wear
go.
underwear outside of the clothes or inside of the clothes?
What do you wear to bed? Nothing. Underwear only. PJs/jammies or street clothes. Holy crap!
There you go.
Nothing was the first thing that went up. It was like instantaneous. Like
Yeah.
nothing. Really?
Man,
Wow.
If
That's
you sleep
so
with a bunch
many.
of clothes on, that's
Yeah.
borderline psychopath.
No.
Yeah, don't go
my-
knocking in
my
the
kid-
middle of the night at Pirate's
My-
house. You'll wake up naked.
My kids come
Hey.
in the morning and they rip my sheets off. I'm not,
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
All right.
Do what you gotta do.
I'm going to break, guys. I'll leave you to it.
Chastity belts.
Oh,
Nobody
no,
wears
pervert.
chastity belts anymore.
No.
What the hell? What is that?
You know those little metal things to hook around your waist, keep you from
That's
having
all
sex.
you wear?
You look into some of that historical data. They used to have these big sacks that they would put
You ain't gonna
women in,
break this.
and it went all the way up around her neck and had like a lock around it, and then they would sleep with the man and woman would sleep in the bed. But for when they were like courting and stuff, there's some interesting
I don't think
historical
that really
stuff.
happened.
Chastity belts, and they had one. I forget what they called it, but it was tantamount to a sleeping bag. And the woman's body would be inside it, all the way up to her neck,
That's
so
right.
that she could sleep in the same bed with the guy, but there was no access.
Little whore.
They even made ones with traps built in, so if anybody did attempt something, to get cut off.
Johnson.
First timer said socks only. I knew a girl who had to sleep with socks on. She couldn't sleep if her feet got cold. I'm the
I
opposite.
heard that if they leave their socks on, they have better orgasms.
Yuck.
Is that what you
Ankle
tell 'em?
or
That's what I've heard. I don't know how true that is. Let's do a poll on it.
Man, today went fast. Really fast.
The good ones do. GME ripped almost to $28 today.
Yeah. Picked up a couple shares this morning. Mm-hmm.
I did too before the run up.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it stuck around a little longer. I'm hoping maybe the earnings.
Mrs. Pirate's greed got the best of her. She's like, she had some set aside. Her target was $20, and I tried to explain to her. I said, it's not going that low. I said, you need to look at the big picture here. What makes you think it's going to fall that far? And she was adamant about it, and that's fine. It's hers to deal with. But it hit
I'm with you,
23. That was
Pirate.
the end of it.
I don't think it's going lower.
Just once I wish my wife and I would yellow at the same time. At least
You know, one of the biggest reasons it won't is because if it goes to 20, everybody's made such a big deal about Roaring Kitties having all these calls at 20 and 21, whatever. I think it's 21. So that's a green light. People are going to seize on that number as well. If it's good enough for him, then that's what I'll set as my number. That's just the way people think. They don't.
Yeah.
They say I respect him. I believe him. If it's good enough for Roaring Kitty, it's good enough for me. So they have real danger. The market. When I say the market makers have a real danger in letting the price fall that far or driving it down that far. Pick your poison, because of that very reason. So you saw what happened today, and I have no way of proving it. It's just my piratism that it went to 23, and that was the end of it, and then back up again.
I think there was a line in there.
Yeah, in my opinion, you're right.
It was right down there.
Yeah.
I think at some point, it becomes a gamble for them to stay in that short. With the 75 mil dilution, just and the amount of volume they've had over the last couple of days, it's very easy for them to say, okay, we're done, and this price can just start ripping.
Yeah, watch what happens when they announce that the dilution's it's been filled. It's
gotta
all
do it
over
right
and
now.
done. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure. I think this run up right here is pre-earnings fake out.
Ooh.
And then
Yeah, I
when
thought
earnings-
Darren
that
D
was
said, Darren, I apologize. Dario D says, where are the people seeing the news about Ryan Cohen? What news, Dario?
Wall
that
Street
he-
bets on Twitter.
the court case against BBBY.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't understand what he was asking about.
Yeah, earnings are out already, but I think they're still doing the call tonight, the official call.
Was it a
That's
V?
what I heard by that. Let's see if that's still on.
Weren't they bought out? We can't mention.
Oh yeah.
I think somebody else bought the interest in them, but I can't say it because I think it's another ticker.
Oh. Oh.
I've been messing around with that formula that Casey uses to take the 3-month average and divide it by the float, multiply by 100, right? And just kind of doing random tickers, trying to hunt down another one's like super shorted. Just kind of keep it under my belt.
Rugged baby. Is that one?
No.
I don't think any of us have it, UPS driver, but when KC comes back, I'm sure if you ask him to repost it on this stream, he would do that for you. I don't think he would mind doing that. It's pretty simple. And with the other stream going down, he'd want people to have access to that. So.
Oh, never mind.
There's no Mike Johnson.
UPS driver says there's an echo on YouTube. So one of us in the back of the big tramp here has got 2 devices on. Somebody might need to check and see.
Yeah,
You need to
guys.
get a feedback loop.
Hold on a minute.
Probably me. I'm always fucking up.
I don't see anything about a call tonight. So maybe there is no call tonight.
I think they had their earnings.
They released it, but
Remember?
I thought they had to have an official
I
gavel.
think they're gonna do the 11th. Isn't the 11th the
They were supposed to
today.
release it after hours.
Today's the 11th.
Yeah, today's the 11th.
is-
Okay.
Today's the 11th? Today's the
Yeah.
meeting. Today's the some type of meeting. I don't think it's the shareholder meeting, isn't it?
It's just the earnings call. That was it. And
That
he
was
said it's
it.
already been released.
So it's
Yeah,
they
so
were
they
supposed to
released
release
it. Looks
after
like-
hours. So.
nothing's gonna
Yeah, it
happen.
looks like they're not having the call.
They're not having anything.
Okay.
They're just gonna let her run.
Let's see. Fiscal 22. I can make this information easy to find.
No worries, Break Nation Sports. I got it. I saw it happen in real time, and I knew you were getting ready to take heat. I said, I got it because I read it first, and I thought, that's not like Sportster to say that. And then I thought, he's worded that poorly, and he's going to take incoming rounds for that. But it was too late, man. By the time I typed in, he didn't mean it that way. Shots were already being fired at you. It happens, man. I wouldn't lose no sleep over it, brother. Dario said that Cohen News just came out on Webull as well. So whoever's asking for a source on that, maybe you have some luck checking on Webull as well. If you don't have, if you're not familiar with Wall Street Bets, other platforms. Does anybody know who specifically was sued? I know they're saying Ryan Cohen sued someone. Who was the defendant that lost the suit? Who were they seeking the judgment against?
Got to be a short seller.
I mean, did he sue the New York Stock Exchange? Did he sue the clearinghouse? Did he sue the company that went under? I mean, it's like you only get half the information when people say they won their lawsuit.
I'll look here a little further. I'm parked, so.
Kong says he was being sued. Okay, so he was the defendant and he won. All right, thanks,
Yeah.
Donkey Kong. There you go. That makes much more sense.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. And so that begs the question: who was suing him? Who was his counterparty in this legal action? Who did he beat?
So
Southern
for
District of
reasons
New
set
York.
forth below. Okay, there you go.
Is RC Ventures and Ryan Cohen as
Did it
defendants.
say when the decision was made?
First
It
time
was
it says
filed today, so
Algenbaum versus RC Ventures. Well, who is Algenbaum? Is it a fund? Is it a?
it says it's his last name. Plaintiffs Todd Algenbaum and Judith Cohen bring suit under Section 16B of the Securities Exchange Act, which requires corporate insiders, including owners of more than 10% of the company's stock and directors, to disgorge what are I don't feel like reading. It's really small. I can't even pronounce that word. I'm not going to try.
Colloquial.
Yeah, known as short swing profits, i.e., any profit made from buying and selling and buying within the 6-month period of security base on the company's stock.
So they came after him for
Algenbaum.
They came after him for wrongdoing, and he beat them.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
It says the court grants defendant's motion to dismiss and denies that ticker's name motion for substitution as the real party in interest and to stay consideration of the motion to dismiss.
That's good. Now, hopefully, Cohen will go after him for legal fees and all that. He can get himself some little payback. Yeah. UPS delivery guy's raising hell about the echo, and then he finds out it's him all along. Go stand in the corner. Fiber, think about
Yeah.
what you've done.
Yeah.
You're
He's going under.
fired.
He's going under the tramp. You're
Reflect
going under
on
the tramp.
On top of it, tied down.
Oh, yeah.
Doing a rainstorm.
Like grandma in Vacation. Or Aunt Edna. It's almost time for a power hour, Patty.
AMC trading sideways currently, 541. GameStop at 27.80. That's 27.80.
I don't get it. On days I'm bullish, I still can't hit it. I'm fine with that.
That's really good when
Minutes
we're
left in the
barcoding
trading
every
day.
day. This volatility is throwing my predictions way off.
Yeah, like when it gets this volatile, I look at it and I'm like, do I want to use my head, look at the chart, and just be realistic, or do I go with my heart on this and just where do I want it to be?
420.69.
Right?
Yeah, I know. It's so
Well, I
hard.
figured I was predicting with the higher end of you guys.
That's what was
Yeah,
so cool about Kim yesterday, was that, listening to her talk about how she handled the ups and the downs, over the last few years.
Yeah. I'm at the point, like I said, I've said it in chat too. I'm emotionless to it, man. Until I start seeing, like she said, phone numbers, it's whatever. Like I said, I was looking at, I only hold three things currently. I hold the BTC that we talk about, I hold the GME we talk about, I hold AME. I'm looking at my portfolio, I see the BTC down and my stonks are up. So it's like, I actually contemplated doing the same thing they've been doing with BTC and just making some more dry powder, but I don't know. Might be too late for the dry powder need.
Yeah, right. Let's hope.
Which, again, I'm fine with that.
I've come to peace with my portfolio. It's taken a year, but I got there.
Same. Maybe a little over a year for me because I don't have the disposable income of some people. But averaging down's easy. It's averaging up that's fucking hard for me. I'll be honest.
That's the fun.
I don't like averaging up. Yeah, exactly. I hate doing that. Like, I'll see it. I'm like, should I jump in? Oh, no. Yeah, fuck it. And I'm like, there goes my average back up. God damn it.
I think the key is knowing that what goes down goes up, and what up goes down, and you just hope that it hits the range that you're comfortable with. But I always find it's funny when I'm aiming for a specific number to buy in at, I start thinking about it. I'm like, well, it's only pennies difference between where it's at now and where I want it at now. Do I really want to just hold out to that number or just give in now and go ahead?
Yeah.
In the end,
like when you're looking, when you're looking to buy those 9 shares to make an equal 10, I mean, that 1 penny makes a difference.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. And over time, when you look back, I mean, averaging down is one thing, but when it's, I don't know. I mean, it depends on the amount of shares you're buying. Really.
I've learned to use the RSI on a daily. I've learned to use the MACD on the daily. I've learned to use or SSR. Like, that's one of my key factors when I'm thinking about if I'm dipping in. I'm like, are they going to try to trigger? If they're going to try to trigger, then if they're getting in there, and you know what I mean? So I look at those numbers sometimes. I'm like, that is a tasty freaking digit. Like 424 today, I think, was SSR.
Those SSR triggers are coming a lot more frequently because I think they can't find the shares. So you have a day where it runs, and then a day where it drops, and then a day where it runs, and then a day where it drops.
Yeah, what it almost seems like they're like, we're willing to pump it two options, you know what I mean, and then short it for an option's worth. That's what it seems like they do. Yeah. Like burn through a couple strikes and yep. Which I'm fine. That's good. I like stair stepping. Go ahead and take 2 up, 1 back. That's fine. You can do that the rest of my life.
As long as it's upwards.
Yep.
Look, 22 and 23 were difficult for all of us, I think. Watching that year go by, it was, oh man.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Was
I
it
just
that
got in
moment?
21, so like I never did any of this stuff before 21. I dabbled in Bitcoin a little early before I got into the stocks, but that was because the government gave me a bunch of money I didn't ask for. I'm like, well, okay, I'm bored sitting around the house. What's this? I just started teaching myself about it. And like even the BTC, I like people, oh, it's dumb. Okay, whatever. I got in at 17K, man. I'm fine.
Been holding Bitcoin for like almost 9 years now, maybe longer.
Oh, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, yeah. Props to you, sir.
I wish I bought more at the time, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. That was around. I think it's probably around the time that I was introduced to. Well, maybe not 9 years ago. It was probably 2019. I think I could probably go back in my Cash App and see exactly the first purchase I made. To be honest, I think. But I was like, oh wow.
I attended the Consumer Electronics Show, the CES show in Vegas, in maybe 2008, 2007, in that range, right? And they were giving away Bitcoin like it was nothing. You know, like here's a
That's
card
crazy.
with 5 Bitcoin on it. It was like at the point where it was pennies on the dollar. That's why people were like buying pizzas with their Bitcoin. There's just so much to go around, and then it was just a joke. And then at some point it turned.
Well, I think when Mt. Gox had that hack, then like that's what really brought light to it. And everybody's like, "Whoa, what's this stuff?" And then once they like made it comfortable to people, like, listen, that hack was nothing. Don't worry about it. It won't ever happen again. Blah blah blah. And it really hit mainstream media around that same time, if I recall. Maybe even before that, because I think I was already involved, so I understood what Mt. Gox was. So maybe I go back a little further than I'm saying.
I would argue that all great technologies start from a point of illegality, where doing it or having it is illegal. And then I think it draws people to it because of that. You know, you can talk everything from porn to alcohol back in the Prohibition days. You know, it's like you make it illegal, and then all of a sudden people want it. And when Bitcoin was like hard to get, people are like, oh, and they were saying, "Oh no, this is only used for drug dealers and stuff like that." People, I wouldn't mind some of that, hiding some money in that. How do I do that? You know,
right?
And I think it maybe drove a lot of people and kind of brought that notoriety to it that they needed to kind of take that next level and become, I don't know, well known, world famous or world used, say it. But yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you countless streams I watched to freaking teach myself on it. There's one guy still periodically pop in and oh fuck, it's been a long time since I've been there too. Who are they? Shit, I don't even remember now. I'm having a total brain fart. Crypto banter. And then I realized those guys are like a bunch of pump and dumpers too, for the most part, with all the freaking altcoins. So I stopped watching them. But those guys were fun, man. Like they really did do a decent job explaining things. At least in my opinion, it's what I picked up from them. And that's where that one guy who does the DJ bit, he's like, "Whoa!" And he's fucking get out of bed, bitch, go. Like that was their opening for the longest time. I just seen one where he does a bit on a street, and he's like, "I'm late to work. I'm late to work today, bitch. What do you want to do?"
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, I know you're talking
the
about.
original crypto, man.
Yeah. Give you an idea how long I've been in. I couldn't even tell you. I'm still scrolling to find my first purchase on here. It just keeps going and going.
I love when we talk about all the people we followed prior to all this. You know, it's like,
I know, right?
Well, I was suckered by this one guy who really explained it well.
Yeah. My first 2 years, I probably watched 2 dozen, maybe 3 dozen different streamers. Just in crypto, I watched probably 2 dozen streamers in stocks, and I got sucked into the Matt Kors. I watched Trey.
Oh yeah.
I watched Denwo, but Casey's the one who hooked me because he was very, very analytical and very straight to the point, and hence we're still here.
We all land here because we're numbers people. In the end, it's like, you know, we're all calm, we're all collected, we're all in it for a reason. We all have that in common, but we also the numbers drive. You know, we like to know where we're at, what's going on, how is it performing, that kind of stuff. The other ones, you know, like I followed a lot of those guys too, and you wouldn't even get close to that kind of information from any of them. You know, it was just It was just reading the prices most of the time. Oh, it looks like it's going up. Okay, like Mask Investor. He's not a bad dude, but it just wasn't that. The 1348 guys, Review Dork and what's his name? Vix the Unfortunate. Was it Vix the Short the Vix?
Short to Vix, XTV.
Yeah, Short to Vix.
They're all okay guys, but they were trying to capitalize on something that they probably didn't realize.
You know what all those guys were really good at? They were really good at doing YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
That's what they were good at. They're good at cameras. They were good at cameras and getting microphones good and lighting. That's what they were good at.
And just reading the price.
Bunch of young men who between the 6 of them couldn't put together $100,000 if their life depended on it. But that didn't stop people from falling in line and worshiping them like they were some sort of investment gods. It was the strangest thing I'd ever seen in my adult life.
The first guy I fell into was Ralph Castaneda. I don't know if you remember this guy. He would wear a moon suit at 3 o'clock. He'd walk away, come back 5 minutes later wearing a complete astronaut outfit and sit there and just try and get everything going. He was a little nuts. I don't know what happened to that dude.
I think he changed his name to Moran's Friend.
What's that?
It's not Moran's Friend.
Is he a friend of Morant's? I don't know.
I don't know, man. They all wear that.
I don't know. I've watched Morant's a few times. I can't handle that.
I can't handle it.
It's too much. Or like Zip Trader, too much. Just too much.
Very hyper.
Yeah.
Somebody keeps popping up on my feed of that Arca Invest. And I watch halfway through and they start talking about master classes. And I'm like, nope, that's it. Like the guy talks well.
Most of these guys are nothing.
That's yours. That's yours.
More than performers.
Yeah, right, bro. It's your lover.
There's a guy that
ask them how much money they made. Ask them what their biggest move was. Ask them, show me some proof that you've done anything that serves as a real-time example why you're qualified to give me advice. And you watch them all stutter.
Or covering the stocks that they're covering. They were just, covering the top 5-6 stocks, maybe, Mag 7 also, and then whatever was hot at the time that was being pushed.
Yep.
Whether it be Mara or something else,
Yep. Whatever meme was lighting up the fucking charts. Yep. And again, like I said, I commend them for being so hype and getting me involved because again, bad decisions, lost my ass a couple times, made out decent a couple times, but it was just bouncing around and learning all these different guys and how they seen things and hearing all that extra information about all the freaking nonsense that's going on really made me solidify the conviction that we have in this play itself.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, a lot of us came in here because of Trey, and that guy gave really good PA. He would show you and walk you through it. And that was really helpful, and the guy had the enthusiasm, but he changed too over time. But I can't say that, I think the people got to him. I think the stress.
Well, I think his health was an issue too. Like his heart issue was a big deal. I haven't seen him in a while, honestly. Since he left, I haven't looked him up at all.
Oh, he popped up on Twitter or X not too long ago, showing when Rowan Kitty came back. He said, "No, I'm not coming back," and it was a picture of him just jacked, completely jacked,
like Carrot Top. The Carrot Top disappears and comes back all jacked.
His head on Schwarzenegger's body, kind of thing. I mean, it looked
holy shit.
To protect himself.
Yeah, good for him though. Yeah, good for him. He was very military minded. Yeah, like I said, I liked him. He meant well. He had a lot of heart, but the way he went out, it could have been different. He could have just walked away quietly.
I think the guilt got to him. So many people were hitting him up with that. I lost everything. He was reading the chat too much.
Yeah, he had good intentions.
Before we became really good at identifying the FUDs, I think it really kind of broke.
I mean, he did make $1 million, so.
Well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But that was based on his own TA. It wasn't like he was following somebody and said, "Oh, I'm going to do that."
I think that was
him.
Yep. And most of them hated him for it, and that's the unfortunate thing. They pretend to be supporters or friends or
he was generous.
Soldiers marching against the common enemy, and then he made $1 million, and instantly he became a pariah to a lot of people. Now, the truth is, and there's some other people on here who shared some stuff, there was some information that was being passed around in private circles that I guess, didn't necessarily show him in the most favorable light. But I didn't see any of that. All I can see is what I saw. And I saw a guy that went out and tried to be enthusiastic and cheerlead for a stock that he believed in. And I saw a guy that played the options chain and was shrewd enough to make $1 million off of it. I got to salute the guy for that. You know, so I can only judge somebody based on the knowledge that I have on hand. So the dude made $1 million and rode off into the.
Kitty's doing.
If a dude made $1 million and rode off into the sunset, how is that any different than what every single person in this stream right now is trying to do?
Exactly. You can't hold that.
He just got there first. He just got there first.
Yeah, I don't think he necessarily would be out of it either. He's just not publicly, you know, showing us his hand anymore. I wouldn't doubt. I mean, if you're that convicted in the beginning, I don't think you make your hit and say, okay, I'm out when the play's still on. You know, I would think that for the same reasons he was in it originally, he's still probably in it, but just not vocal about it.
Possibly.
A good way to be.
Yeah.
Well, he made some mistakes, some bad calls along the way. I mean, he got really popular. He had a huge following. He introduced his mom into the mix as kind of a character on his stream, and then made the mistake of letting people aware of where she worked. And the world, there's a crazy world. I mean, do people not see the videos that's on YouTube? There's a bunch of wackos out there. So and then act surprised when some lunatic shows up at Olive Garden where she works. So some of that stuff he has to own, but I liked the dude. I thought he was all right.
Showed his big Dwayne Johnson. And
I see him as a success, man. He did what people are trying to do. He tried to make himself some life-changing money, and he did. So
that's where I got that term. The crypto banter guys. That's where I got that wife-changing money phrase. I mean, I freaking love that. People are like, "What? You get a different wife?" I'm like, "No, this money will change my wife and give her a better attitude on life." It's not about getting a new wife.
A better
I'm
attitude.
not training another one. Yeah, I just want the better attitude, man. Whoever says money can't buy happiness hasn't lived with my wife for 20-some years.
They've never had money.
Yeah.
That's
right.
Breaks in through windows and starts standing your wall on.
Hey, you know what's so funny is I missed the stream yesterday, and I went back and watched the interview, and because Casey posted on Twitter, and I seen I was looking at the chat thing, and about a few minutes into it, I seen you talk about Trevor in coming in through the window or something. Dude, I just started cracking up because you were just talking as if I was there.
Yeah, because you were there.
Yeah.
You think you're not
After
there,
the
but you're
fact.
always there.
I know.
You're always there. You're in our heart.
Thanks, Yaka.
Where's Fu at? With all the other voices.
Oh, you got to talk to that fool, man. That fool, I don't know, man. He gets too emotional and then he leaves. Hopefully it'll wear out. But I think this time he's out.
Really?
Yeah, man. That's why I'm putting him on blast right now. The public eye. He needs to come back. He can't just leave like that. He's like my nipple. You know what I'm saying? You can't just walk away.
No, but you can always put a shirt over it.
Yeah, but it's weird. You know? Like, it's weird. You lose balance. Believe me, if you lost a nipple, you lose balance.
I had a buddy of mine that got both his nipples ripped off. We were riding dirt bikes.
Ooh.
And,
oh God.
Yep. He running, and I'm talking high gear. I'm not talking about putting around. We were flying, and he ran through. He was told explicitly. We were riding in a gravel pit. We was told explicitly, do not ride on the grass. All the areas that they have grass on for erosion control, do not ride on the grass. We have permission to ride there, but we got to stay in the gravel. Well, dirt bike guys love to ride on grass because it's easy to rip wheelies and all kinds of stuff. He broke the rules and he took off shooting across some grass. What he didn't know is they'd stretched a steel cable across it, so they couldn't drive. Like dump trucks wouldn't cut across it and bulldozers and stuff. And he didn't see it till the last second. He was riding with no shirt on, and the handlebars cleared it. He got clotheslined. It pulled him off the bike, but it tore both of his nipples right off his chest.
So he fucked around and found out.
God. Will they grow back?
They stitched
No,
pepperoni.
You know,
onto it.
I never did find out. We rode hard though. We had another guy that he broke his back, ended up in a wheelchair.
I got an official new answer
We
for
rode
you.
pretty hard back in the day. We didn't just putt around the parking lot. We were getting after it.
I was wondering that.
Yeah.
Wonder if nipples grow back.
Look at it.
In my teens, I was in a dirt bike and four wheeler. I was riding a 490 XYZ up a power line hill. I was getting ready to crest the top of the hill, and I had a lot of RPM going, so I was going to go ahead and shift up one more gear and just kind of crest it. And I down geared, but the throttle cracked. This
Jeweler,
thing
you're
launched me
hot
up in the air
micing.
like
Pro Jeweler, you're hot micing.
May
Who is
10th.
that?
Pro Jeweler, you're hot micing, buddy.
He was telling the story.
I left. I worked.
You'll have to mute him.
Yeah, bro.
I worked Thursday,
I hit the,
I don't care what
Thursday.
day you work.
the
He's
9th.
telling us,
I took
telling the
off
story. He's hot
Friday.
micing. Somebody put him
I was
he's hot
planning
in
on
hot mic
taking
jail.
off Monday,
You're right.
coming back on Tuesday.
Tell somebody
but the
else's
funeral
story.
was on
Bro.
the 14th, the day I
Pro
was
Jeweler,
back.
you're
I
hot
come back on
micing.
the
Pro
15th.
Jeweler,
The 10th.
Pro Jeweler, you're
He
hot
doesn't
micing.
care.
If you,
He
I
doesn't care.
take the 10th, the
God damn,
13th,
I
and the
can't say it any
14th.
louder.
Jeweler!
Who's a
Somebody
mod?
He's gone.
Preacher took care of
They
it.
kicked him. I hope he's going to come back and.
I just didn't want him to
Yeah.
say something that he didn't want people to hear. It's very uncomfortable when you're
I
talking
don't want
and
to
you don't realize the whole
I don't wanna
world's
be the
listening. You
bad
can do
guy.
anything like read a credit card number, anything.
Yeah, he's got
GameStop
customer
2870.
Nice.
You know, I was gonna put him in the but I don't want to be the bad guy. Pro jeweler.
Who was telling the story? I interrupted somebody rudely to help out Pro
I just
Jeweler.
finished up.
Somebody was
I'll
telling the
finish up
story.
real quick. We were talking about riding bikes. I was riding this
You were talking
490
about
XYZ up the power line hill, right?
Not
And
a XYZ, a YZ.
Yeah. I smacked the top of this fucking power line hill. Instead of shifting up like I wanted to, I downshifted. I downshifted, full throttle. I launched in the air a good 30, 40 feet, come down. My left leg landed right like it's supposed to. My right leg landed and went backwards. So we're like 4 miles deep into the freaking woods. My knees snapped in half. They're hauling me out in the back of a three-wheeler. I'm bouncing all over the place. I'm passing out. I was like 13 years old. It was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life. Oh my God, have you ever had your like kneecap snapped in half?
Come on, man. I do that.
You was riding a YZ 490 at 13. Was that your bike?
Yeah. No, it was not my bike. It was a guy I was riding with, and I kept talking a big game. And I was like, I can handle it. He goes, go ahead, go handle it.
Did you start that bike yourself at 13?
Yeah, kickstart.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I had no problem starting bikes,
You
man.
must have been a big motherfucker at 13 because it takes a man to start a YZ 490.
Nah,
That's a
that's
bad shit.
powerful.
If you could kickstart a YZ 490 at 13 years old, you are a bad motherfucker. I salute you.
I always had some powerful legs. I was big into BMX biking too, so I was always riding and pumping my legs, man. Yeah, no, I know what you mean though. Yeah, but it was experience. Needless to say, I was afraid of fuck, man. Like this thing scared the shit out of me after that.
You were scared
until one night in my mid-teens, after a couple of beers, I was like, you know what? I'm good. Let's get on a bike. And then I got on like a little 125 and I was zipping around. I'm like, oh, I forgot how much I like this.
Wow.
Yeah,
GameStop
that was
about
it.
to hit 29.
No, I think I may have found the bottom here. Okay. Who was I talking to about my Bitcoin?
Firm bottom?
Living in 3D.
First purchase on here was November 19th, 2020. So I wasn't in it as long as I. And I was at 17,952.
If I can look it up on Coinbase. Oh, now everybody knows where I got my crypto.
Hello.
I had Coinbase too. I had it on Webull before they went to WePay.
Are you guys putting the pieces of the puzzle together?
Which puzzle?
I don't know. You tell me.
Where's your sound?
We're telling dirt bike stories, man. Talking about getting nipples getting ripped off.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, it's gross. You missed it.
Got third-degree burns from skipping off of while water skiing across the bay.
Wow,
What?
that sounds fast.
How do you get?
Yeah.
That's pretty fast.
Wait, you were going so fast you got burns?
Yeah, burned. Yeah, I just like right across the top of the water.
Really?
Water
That
is
can
like as
happen?
hard as
I
concrete.
almost
when
ripped the
you
hair
hit
right
it.
off my arm. And then
From
Oh,
doing
funny.
what on the water? What was you
Water,
doing?
I was
skiing.
water skiing. I got whipped around. I was water skiing with some buddies. I got whipped around. I went over a wake and just took a tumble and just kept rolling across the water. But my arm was kind of like attacking my face, and it got shaved. Almost, it burned. Like I got the hair all ripped off, and the whole arm was like raw red.
Ugh.
Saltwater Bay. Helps any.
Looks like the link from the other stream is not up here anymore. That's a shame.
Yeah, someone was asking about it. They asked earlier if anybody had a copy of it, and I told them if they would ask you when you returned it, you might not mind reposting it so they could access it.
It's a masterpiece if you go back and you put the puzzle together. All right, so in terms of what you guys like to wear to bed, apparently underwear only, 48%. Street clothes. I guess I'm in the minority today. At least for 166 votes, 10% wear street clothes. Sometimes I'm kind of an underwear only kind of guy, so I kind of flop between the underwears only and the street clothes. I sometimes, actually, that's not true. I have dabbled my toes into the water of each one of those four categories, but more often than not, it's street clothes, then follows underwear only, and then PJs, jammies, and then nothing. In that order.
What's the current?
Not how I want to think of any of you guys.
Oh, that's the most recent, Casey?
Last night, it would have been street clothes.
29.
Street clothes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, not like if you go to a doctor's office and you come home and you probably want to change those.
No, yeah. No, it does. It makes a big difference when I do for the day, for sure.
Where you've been.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
If I've just been sitting in my chair all day doing a live stream, and maybe I go sit on the couch afterwards, maybe I made some dinner, and that's the extent of my day, then street clothes are fine.
And you can auction those clothes, those gently worn clothes on like eBay. If you'd like.
That's so gross. That's so gross.
Yeah.
You're probably right, but
there's somebody out there and buy them though.
Yeah, maybe. I never even thought of that before.
Some lurker. Yep.
That's gross. All right.
Casey's tinfoil hat, $10,000.
Holy shit! Can you imagine? I would hold on to it. I would hold on to it though. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can give up the conquistador. Conquist.
Make a new one. Make a better one.
It's so epic though. It's like, I love this tinfoil hat though. It's like so awesome. And it's mine.
Kim's hat was baller, man. Kim's hat was baller.
It was pretty baller. In fact, I was just surprised that so many people had a tin hat, and everybody just went and grabbed their tin hats and threw them on. I'm like, get the F out of here. Y'all are crazy. Just like me.
Well, like I said, does a metal plate in your head count for a tinfoil hat? But I never got a response, so I have to make an actual tinfoil hat, I guess.
Casey walks through the Texan desert, then passes out in the same clothes. That's right. I just go for a walk, and you never do. You just pass out wherever. All right. Let me go over to the main page, or to the other page here, rather, and let's talk about our numbers here for the end of the day and see what we got going on here. Starting with me giving you guys a little speech about two-factor. Actually, I'm going to say, remember, I'm not going to be able to see what it is you guys are saying, so hold those personal thoughts, comments, questions, and concerns until you see the big tramp back up on the screen again. Two-factor authentication, if you don't have it, you may want to consider getting it, as it could prevent somebody from getting into your account that shouldn't be in your account. When you do sign up for that, if your broker allows you to put in a secondary device to be able to receive that access code, you might want to go ahead and set that up as well, as you never know when something's going to happen to your primary device. Last but not least, make sure you guys are getting a statement. It's usually only a couple clicks on your computer to be able to get an emailed statement of your portfolio through your brokers. And having that for your own records, because you never know when your broker may accidentally get your information incorrect. We have some interesting stuff going on right now. There's just kind of seeing as I'm kind of moving some pages around here. There's some some activity. The market is waking up. All right, let's do this. Starting with off exchange. By this time of the day, I would expect to see about 66% going through off exchange and EDGX combined. We got about 58.01% going through off exchange, EDGX at 12.14. Combined total net 70.15%, or about 4.15% higher than it should be. So we would probably see price higher had it not been for volume going through those exchanges. CHX volume is 21,664. That is not over 30,000, so I'm not too excited about that number. GME CHX volume for the day today is coming in at 43,417. That is over 30,000. That's quite a few shares being returned right now. Borrow fees. Let's see. Borrow fees are showing up. An hour ago, there was another 100,000 shares borrowed. Now it's been another 200,000 shares, putting us at a grand total of 700,000 shares borrowed so far for the day today. I think it was like just over or just about 1 million shares yesterday. So there's 1.9 million, according to IBKR, left to be borrowed with fees at 3.6%. According to Ortex, an hour ago on Ortex, it was suggesting 1.09 million shares have been returned. It's now 1.18. That's going to slightly drop that estimated short-term interest of the free float to 14.11%. Cost of our amends at 2.57. Average is 4.58 and max is 6.91. The shares on loan for the day today is at 82.84 million shares. That's 2.99 million shares more on loan today than there was yesterday. And Ortex is suggesting that 1.06 million of that was in returned short interest. Or sorry, new short interest, not returned. Taking a look at GME, right now it's reporting 8.77 million shares returned. Bet somebody's probably returning shares for a reason. I bet they need to loan them back out again. Just saying. Let's see here. Moving on. Options. Highest amount of call volume so far for the day today is coming in at a strike price of $5 an hour ago with 29.7 thousand contracts. It's now 36.7. Highest amount of put volume coming in at a $4.50 strike. There was 9.6 thousand contracts in volume traded so far for the day. It's now 12.2. The market is suggesting a closing price somewhere. Closing price somewhere between $4.50 and $5 by the end of the day today. MMRI was 288.31 as of an hour ago and is now currently at 287.6. We have definitely seen some activity going on here, and you can see the 2-year and 10-year rates are dropping. The spread between the 2-year and 10-year bond rates an hour ago was 0.428. That is now currently at 0.428. So no change. NASDAQ is up 0.62. Dow Jones is down 0.4. And the S&P 500 is up 0.1. We have 3,332 decliners to 2,326 advancers. The market is a little bit more advancing again now than it was an hour ago. 23.26. Sectors that are doing well for the day today, the two top performing sectors are tech and communications. The worst performing sectors are finance, down 1.2%, and that's followed by, I think, utilities. Yeah, utilities. Of the Mag 7, 4 out of the 7 are green. Financial institutions that have changed more than 2.5% from yesterday's closing price rather. We have Coinbase down 2.62. FRC is down 33.33. Silvergate's up 5.66. NYCB is up 8.12. Douche Stank is down 3.1. Stank of New York Mellon is down 2.79. Citigroup is down 3.3. Northwestern Trust down 2.8. JP Morgan down 2.46. American Express down 3.08. Gold is currently up 0.13 and consolidating after an uptrend. Silver is down 1.88 and is trending up. Looks like it's trying to break that trend up now. You can see that the Bollinger Bands have gotten super tight, and price is starting to break in that direction. It may, I don't know how long it'll break that way for, but we should start seeing the Bollinger Bands opening up, and eventually the price should return back to the simple moving average. It might start consolidating. Ethereum Classic is down 1.8% and trending down, looking like it's trying to break that trend currently. The US dollar is currently up 0.04 and trending down. Oil is up 6.19% and taking a big, huge boost here, right around 1,500, shooting up. Mortgage-backed securities, that should drive the market up, by the way. Mortgage-backed securities are up anywhere from 0.54 to 0.53 and trending up very, very sharply on those mortgage-backed securities. SPY is up 0.06 and trending up. VIX is up 1.49%. Does look like it's trying to make a reversal off of a downtrend at 12.93 right now, and futures suggesting it being somewhere around 12.98, so it's very, very close. VB is down 0.41 and is trending up. VBR is down 0.51 and is trending up. Tesla is down 2.22 and trending up. Amazon is down 0.44 and trending up. Cinemark is up 2.32, trending up. Doge is down 3.4% and trending down. Bitcoin is down 1.84% and breaking the downtrend into an uptrend. GME is up 12.77% and looks like it's trying to make a reversal off the uptrend. Do note that it did touch the upper side of the Bollinger Band, so we got the return back to the simple moving average, and it looks like it's trying to break below that currently. HYMC is down 4.41 and slightly trending up. NCMI is down 0.31. Consolidating. Hood is down 1.32, consolidating, and AMC is up 10.83 and taking a trend down. Inflow versus outflow for the day today. We have approximately. That can't be right. Is that really right? Holy smokes. 9.5 ish, 9.4, somewhere around there. $1 million more outflow than inflow. 52.95 million shares traded so far. After 223 minutes worth of trading, we're at about 353 minutes worth of trading for the day. That puts us on a pace for about 58.5 million shares traded by the day. End of the day, the new tracker sheet for volume was suggesting 28 million, so we're definitely seeing higher volume than what that was tracking for, and would have been outside of my range limits for a normal day. So it will definitely be a miss today. Yesterday it nailed it pretty good. Was only off by about 1.5 million shares. Today it's off by quite a bit more. On a 4-hour time interval, we currently have more buying pressure, or more selling pressure than buying pressure on our side, 5.22, which is slightly above average. On a 1-hour time interval, more selling pressure than buying pressure on our side, 62.17, which is above average. On a 30-minute time interval, more selling pressure than buying pressure on our side, 63.84, which is above average. And on a 5-minute time interval, more selling pressure than buying pressure on our side of 39.35, which is below average. And with that, I yield my time to the back of the big tramp.
Welcome back.
Thank you, thank you. All right, so Pirate, question.
Yes, sir.
I totally said pirate and I meant preacher. I don't know why I did that. Preacher.
Oh, man. See,
Yeah.
I see how it is now. It's always preacher, preacher, preacher.
What happened?
Preacher, when I, for example,
Preacher.
if I right click on a link that I see, why can't I just open that link through right clicking on it? Why isn't there like a something that says like open in a new screen through Brave?
Where are you clicking on it? Where is that link from?
It's just it's on a web page on Brave. There might be a link to a website. Why can't I right click on a link to from a website to open up a new screen?
Chatter.
Okay.
For example, I'll put it up on my screen here so you can see.
Yeah.
In the live chat here, I've got the link to redirect here, right? And if I right click on that, and then it pops up options for me, but it does not show anything in here about where, like, opening up a new page. There's a block element and manage
if you-
custom filters.
And if you click on it with the scroll wheel, because I always just do that.
I
never
scroll
click
with a scroll wheel when I click.
So you can't press it down?
Yeah, if I press it down, I scroll. I can choose how fast I scroll.
Okay.
I can click on this. I can left click on this, but and it will probably automatically open up a new page, but I can't. I don't want it to open up on this page. And I see it did. It opened up a new page for me for that, but that's not what I want it to do. I want to be able to choose, because, like, what if I want to open up on a completely separate, like, you can do this with Google Chrome, where you can right click on it and say and open up in either a new tab, or you can choose between that or a new page. And I want to be able to choose.
I just clicked on the scroll wheel on the link in Brave, and it opened a new tab,
Right.
So I don't know if it's your mouse, but let me check. If I right click, view page source. Yeah, okay. But
I feel like
is
I need
that
to, if I go to
all
Brave,
links or only YouTube?
It's,
Because it
I
might
think,
be just YouTube.
oh, wait a minute. Now it's showing something different now. What the heck? It wasn't showing this before.
That is different.
Now it's different. Now it's doing it. Now it's doing it for whatever reason.
Hey, Casey, when you link it, when you first click on the link, it's not showing the full link.
Okay.
So when you click it the second time, it shows you a bigger link.
Yeah.
Character list,
Uh-huh.
and then that gives you that window, the menu. So the first time you click on it, or like if I went to your top of your chat and clicked on it, it gave me that same option, just basically, a bunch of just regular menu stuff. But when I clicked on the black box again, it opened it up and allowed me to open link a new tab or a new window like that.
Okay, so I just clicked on it. I see what you're saying, because I just clicked on that box, and now it's not doing it. But so what you're saying is I got to open it up all the way in order to give it more options. That's kind of dumb. All right, cool. All right, just checking. That was kind of annoying for me, but whatever. Pirate's laughing because he deals like this is like his daily struggles, and he's glad that
You're right.
he's not the only one.
That's my life, man.
He's not the only one that's experiencing these things. So, yeah. Thanks for voting me into the clubhouse, Pirate. I appreciate it. Angelina, how's it going?
I'm a lost ball in high weeds, man. I'm a lost ball in high weeds. I'll call Mrs. Pirate in, or my son, or reach out to you or preach or somebody. I'm like, I can barely turn this shit on and off. I do well just to do that. Anything, if I stray, I'm like that guy that's walking down a trail in the woods. If I take 2 steps off of the path, it could be life threatening. I got to stay right on my narrow little trail.
Bina says, so what are the answers to the puzzle, Casey? Are we doing that now? I mean, you can throw stuff out at me. Let me know what you're seeing. I don't know. I'm not spilling the beans.
What puzzle, Casey?
It's not a hard one. It's really not that hard.
Yeah, what puzzle? What puzzle? I missed it.
It's
Is
all
it a puzzle or a coded message?
It's all there for you. It's in front of your face. It's literally
I'm driving.
all in front of your face. Well, go look later when you're not driving.
It's not fair.
Yeah, the puzzle is full
Newsflash.
disclaimer. As of last week, I now own GME again, part Deux. That's the.
Oh, man, he's going all Frenchified on us.
Un peu.
I have to turn my hotspot on, get my tablet fired up so I can see the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap.
Greyleaf says, apparently I'm hearing Skrelly made copies of Wu-Tang and also played it in a space call. No copies equals condition of purchase. jail time again, I hope.
Yeah, I think I saw you paid like $2 million for it or something. It was me. I'm Scarelli, actually.
By the way, we did reset a synthetic price failure on this move up. You notice that we did break the blue line. So that means on my little chart, my handy dandy little chart over here, I'm going to be plugging in $5.49 as a new high, which means that from $4.56, our last low, we are now up 20.4% from that amount. And we're either looking to break into newer highs or moving into lower lows. And what that would look like is, I'll put it up on the screen here. Lower lows would start at around 441. $441.9. That's where the next synthetic price failure would trip. Unless we start making newer highs than this 549. If we start making newer highs than the 549, then that number would change. Nice. Looking good today. I'm liking it.
Yeah.
I kind of thought when I had scheduled the interview with Kim, I kind of thought like, I think Tuesday is going to be a good day trading. Let's do the interview, and I thought it was going to be the shareholder meeting last week, so I was mistaken about that apparently. So, but I did see that they had an earnings release that was supposed to show up on today, and I thought, oh well, that's perfect. We'll do the interview, and then I'm expecting some good numbers on Tuesday, and then we'll have that GME release on those numbers, and everything's going to be hunky dory. And it's not how it quite turned out, but the numbers part, look, we did get a good day today. I feel like today was a pretty decent day. Not bad.
Yep, happy with it.
Casey, if I sing in the jungle, The Lion Sleeps Tonight, and you sing Raindrops Are Falling on My Head at the exact same time, because they're written in the same time musically, is there a word for that? Is there a technical, I know it would be technically a duet, but it's two separate songs.
There is.
I think Bob Hope.
I believe they call them cannons.
Is that what that's called?
I think so, but
they do it in
usually
churches sometimes too. Well,
usually
two separate singers singing two separate like Christmas hymns at the exact same time.
But I think a canon usually is like where I'll move on to another verse. Like I'll sing like the verse, and then the
same song.
Yeah, and then
what I'm talking about is different. Where you hear where like I said, the Lion Sleeps Tonight and Raindrops Falling on My Head are the same pace.
Yeah. Ro actually corrected me. It's called a round. That's correct. He's right. He's right. But I'm wrong. I'm wrong though. That's not what you're looking for. You're looking for something else here, and it's
partner songs. He says it's called partner songs. Okay. Thanks, Ro.
Yeah.
I was just wondering. I was just sitting here, and I got a little buzz on, and I thought to myself, the weem away. And then I thought, raindrops keep falling on my head, and then I did a little thing inside my head where Casey and I were both doing the songs a cappella. And then I said, well, that's been done before. And I thought, I wonder if there is a title for that. And I said, well, he's got a degree in music. Surely he would know. I should have went straight to you, Ro.
I don't have a degree in music. Hold up now. I don't have a degree in music.
Oh, you didn't? Was it just one of your classes you took?
No, I took several years of classes, but I never finished.
No, it's his mother.
Yeah, I never finished.
Well, that's semantics. You're splitting hairs. Who gives a shit? So you went 3 years and then started smoking pot and dropped out. Whatever. The point was you have some formal education in music. God, you're worse than my wife, man. She gets down to semantics, man.
Yeah, 2 years, and it was so difficult that it was taking my love for music away from me, and I didn't. It wasn't that it was different. No, let me rephrase that. You play, like if you're a musician and you're going to college and you're getting a music degree, you're probably playing or participating in some kind of music for probably like 9 to 10 hours a day, and some of that involves playing your particular instrument. Sometimes it involves playing other instruments. Sometimes it involves singing. If you're not a singer, you believe it or not, even as a non-singer, you have to sing as a music major. They force you to. You have to sing, and it sucks. It sucks balls.
I was making a joke. I was just making a silly joke about you and I, but there was a really famous one, and it was at Christmas time, and I think it was Bing Crosby singing one song, and and then I think they had somebody like David Bowie was singing. Maybe it was David Bowie and Elvis. One was singing "Little Drummer Boy." I think David Bowie sang "Little Drummer Boy," and then the other guy sang another Christmas song that was completely different, but methodically and with the music it was the same. And it's become quite famous around Christmas time for some of the more traditionalists. So it's been done before for real.
Yeah, Casey, you're right. That's one of the reasons why I didn't finish my music degree, because I don't sing. And also, you have to take a piano class, and I suck at playing piano.
It is.
Couldn't catch it.
Yeah, you got to. It's crazy.
See, Roe's got it. Thank you, Roe. He said "Little Drummer Boy," and the other guy was singing "Little Town of Bethlehem." Thank you, sir. He's on it. Roe gets cool points today.
That was the worst part. Is like this is first year. We're not even talking about like, the second, third, fourth year levels. But on the first year in voice classes, they'll give you a note, a piece that you have to sing, and you have to sing reading the sheet music. And when you end, you give your final note. They give you the first note, but when you end, you have to be on key with what you're supposed to be in with the sheet music that you're given. So you sing, it's usually only probably about like, I don't remember. It might have been like 6 measures long. It's not really that difficult, but if you can sing, but some people can't sing. They might be great musicians.
Hell no from me.
Yeah. They may be great. And if you're off, if your tone is off when they play that, when you hit your final note and then they play the note that you're supposed to be hitting, if you're not on and the pitch isn't like pretty close, you get deducted points, and that is your final. That's your final. Whether or not you were able to stay in pitch. And that's rough. That's really rough for some people.
Doesn't Phil Collins have a song that starts out where like the first line is "I can't dance, I can't sing"?
Yeah, I love that song.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, I love that song.
Yeah.
Yep.
Phil Collins is the man.
I love Phil Collins. He is the man.
I sent you a DM, man. Maybe not. I might have just got too many gummies and stuck it in Discord, but I stumbled across a version of him doing the song "In the Air Tonight," but it was a live version, and someone taped it, and it's of him just sitting down with his headset on, singing to a live crowd of 10,000 people. And then I kept thinking, who's going to do the drum solo? And as closer he got to it, I noticed he stood up, and then the closer he got, he started working his way back towards the drums. I was like, and it was so cool because the guy sat down, picked up the sticks, and did the drum solo. And I swear there wasn't 2 beats. If he would have, I mean, I can't believe he timed it so perfectly, because I thought there's no way he'll never make it behind the set now. Mm-hmm. And I thought you'd get a kick out of it, but get a chance to check it out.
Yeah, Phil Collins is amazing.
Yeah.
Rose says, we used to have to tap a rhythm line with a drumstick while singing a melody on solfege, do re mi la. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that part, Ro.
At the same time.
Yeah, that's right. We had to. I forgot about that whole part that you had to sing the correct. So whatever key you start in is do, and you had to. I totally forgot about that. Good point. You have to sing the right. The right. Do re. The first note that you're starting off with, or the key note that you're starting in. The key of is do, right? And so every other note has like a do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And so you have to sing the right words for that note on where it's at in the scale. And so I totally forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me about that, Ro. That made it even that much more difficult. It was rough, man. It was really rough.
Very cool.
That's why I stopped. That part wasn't hard for me. That actually was the easy part. The hard part for me was playing 8 or 9 hours a day. I couldn't do it. Especially like when they were telling me to play like jazz and I don't know, just other bullshit that I just didn't want to play. You know?
Right in the pussy.
Yeah. It got really tiring, and I was like, this is not how I love music. I love music because I play what I want to play, not because somebody tells me this is how you're going to make money.
My youngest son, he plays the tenor saxophone and the guitar. He went through school. He started when he was very young, and he did okay. The saxophone was in band, the guitar was after school club, but he quit. He quit his senior year in high school, and I'll tell you why. This music teacher was so militant. She made it brutal, and it took all the fun out of it. And I thought, she ruined it for him. She ruined music. This is a kid who went, started at the bottom, young enough to where he could build on some skills, learn to read music, learn the notes, had a proper education in it, and not one but two instruments, and then just put it down because he said, this is just no fun. And I think about that all the time, how one teacher can have such an effect on somebody.
I second that, Pirate. I
had the same. I had the
Same thing.
Piano teacher like that.
Yeah, it's similar to these coaches who teach these kids like they're all trying out for the New York Mets or something. At some point, can't there be some pleasure in it? I mean, it's like, damn,
For me, I mean, it was kind of similar, but not really. For me, I just had a math teacher that just did like me personally.
Oh, that's even worse.
She didn't have an issue with anyone else. Just
did you? She's a freak.
No.
Super freak.
Yeah. I don't know if it was because, well, she was always kind of hooking up on the fact that I didn't want to shave my beard in high school. I don't know if it was that or something else, but yeah.
I can imagine you actually probably really did have, like, how full of a beard did you have in high school? Like, was it like, pubes?
Well, it was,
or did it look like a full?
I had like.
No, there's a lot of guys. There's a lot of guys that have full beard in high school.
That's crazy, man. That's so crazy.
I was shaving it, so I had like this, like the jawline, basically, like the sideburns jawline, all complete, but no mustache.
Nice.
But yeah, she really didn't like that part, and she almost failed me on math. I was still top 3 in the class with almost failing math because she just hated me.
She secretly liked you, and her being attracted to you is the reason why she was hard on you.
I don't think so. No,
Yep.
she was.
She was definitely into you.
Pretty old. No.
She didn't like how you look like an older gentleman that she would be attracted to, and
made her feel uncomfortable, man.
Made her feel uncomfortable, and she didn't like that.
Stirred feelings in her. It was like the first lines. It was like the first lines to a romance novel.
Yeah.
Stirred feelings in her that she hadn't felt in many years, and she was so uncomfortable in your presence.
How old was she? He's gonna say like 80.
It's probably in 40 plus.
40 plus. Oh yeah, she thought you were the bee's knees.
Yeah, that's at 40 years old. She's hot as a $2 pistol. Yeah.
She wanted him to come after school.
She needed you to tutor. She wanted you to do tutoring.
It was all high end. The thing is, her son was like that. Her son went to, what's the name? There's a college, I think, in France. One of the most high-end colleges for math.
The Sorbonne, all that's art.
Yeah, no, it's God. I'm missing it right now. He went to an Olympics, like a math Olympics, and he got like first place in the world. So.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, and she was very strict with him. Like that guy, we kind of everybody knew that he didn't have a life because of her, and I think she hated me because I was coming from a very poor family, and like I looked like it, right? And I don't know, I guess I couldn't dress up fancy or whatever. She just hated me for it.
That's messed up.
Yeah. I don't think I ever did anything to her, apart from the fact that I had a beard, right? And it's not like I have a beard in spite of her. I just wanted to have a beard. Didn't want to shave it off. And yeah.
Rose says I'm a piano
Grow a
tuner
beard.
tech. I don't.
Pianist.
Yeah, if I'm not.
Pianist.
So let me ask you a question. Are you borderline pitch perfect? Because I know there's obviously not there's very few people who are pitch perfect. I would imagine that you're probably more like relative pitch for the most part, at least. You gotta have at least relative pitch.
Are you pianist?
Yeah,
Pianist?
to tune a piano, you gotta have at least relative pitch. I would imagine. You have to have a special ability to be able to hear notes that most people just don't.
Even with
typically
today's
hear.
technology, I would have thought that just anybody could show up with tools and some sort of a spectrograph
No.
or some sort of
No.
a device and just
I'm
put it right
pretty
on
sure they have
the
a
mark.
tuning key
Tuning a
for
piano
don't
is
they?
tuning a piano is an art. It is a total art.
Really?
Yeah.
Pianist.
I knew it was at one time, but
Yeah.
I just thought that technology would have caught up with it.
I don't think it has,
Very
but
few
Ro
things
can
now
Ro
that
can
can't be
correct
done
me.
with,
Ro
technology.
will either correct me here if I'm wrong or confirm it. But I think that it.
I stopped. I just stopped mowing my grass because I was like, "There's no fucking way there ain't no tool to mow or to tune."
Well,
a
they have
piano. There's no
tuners.
way.
They have tuners, and they do listen to tuners, and they
Yeah.
have tuning forks that they use. But it's more than there's more than just tuning to a note, a specific string to a tune, because you're actually tuning the entire piano. When you play one note, it has a harmonic resonance that reverberates across the entire piano, and it causes that harmonic tone will cause other strings to react as a result. And so you're tuning the whole thing, and if you can't hear the difference between several different notes being in and out of tune, because you can go through and tune every single individual string and call it done and say I'm done and walk away from that piano, but that piano is not tuned. It's not tuned at all. So
Yeah,
It's like when you think the fight with your wife is over.
I never thought of that.
I
Yeah.
think you're right where you want it.
Yeah, you got to have a speculum, okay, and then check it out. And then
That's why I'm
make sure
glad I
it's
got a. Yeah. If it's like a guitar, like if you don't have a tuner and let's say you try to tune your top E by ear, it's like
Casey, I think the
try to
stream
get
is
as close as
crashing.
you can.
The
Yeah.
chat can't hear us.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
It is what it is, man. I can't. Now that I'm hardwired and I can't just switch to like another line or.
Yeah.
You can go to Twitch or anything like that.
Is anyone using your internet at home?
Probably.
Yeah, somebody.
I could try shutting off.
Can you kick everyone off the internet at home?
This is gonna be a long summer.
Well, Casey, the thing is, if you're hardwired into the router, you can actually log in to your router, and you can actually, you should be able to disconnect all the other connections to the router.
Yeah.
So you can literally kick other people off the router.
Yeah, I'm actually in it right now, but what I'm gonna turn off first off is one of the things that
Prioritize
kills me the most is the Ring camera. So I'll turn that off first and see if it fixes anything. I mean, we only got about 5 minutes left, anyways. But yeah.
Oh, good. Casey's defenses are down. Now we swarm the house.
You got to get past Bruno,
Casey
man.
upgraded. Yeah, he upgraded. Casey upgraded from a 28.8 to a 56K baud modem. Good.
I'll bring a steak. I don't get past Bruno.
Nice.
You know what sucks is I don't think I can just use just any old modem. I have to use AT&T's. Pretty much. Yeah, Rose saying relative pitch. You've got to have at least relative pitch to be able to tune a piano. I feel like. But I mean, some people might not know this, but relative pitch is actually a big thing. I mean, it's very, very rare to run into people who have perfect pitch. It's just not something that it's almost like running into somebody who has what is that instant recall thing where people see something one time and they can instantly remember it? There's a term for that.
Oh shit! What is it? Something memory.
Photographic memory.
Photographic memory, yeah.
Photographic, yeah.
Yeah, so photographic memory is probably just about as rare as having perfect pitch. So if anybody ever tells you they have perfect pitch, say bullshit. and name out like 2 different notes and tell them to jump between 2 different notes in their head, like just immediately, and then you'll know the difference. If they have relative pitch and you ask them for a single note, they'll probably in their head hum whatever relative note that they know and work their way to that note, and it'll take them a second, and then they'll finally give you the note that it is that you want, and you'll think they have perfect pitch, but that's just relative pitch because they're basing it off of another note that they know. So that's the difference.
Thank you for using AT&T.
Yeah, see, Ro just said it right there. Pianos are not tuned to perfect pitch. The temperament requires stretch. Depending on the length of the piano, the wide of the piano, the wide the octaves to accommodate the harmonics. So yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's that's why you can't go through and tune every single key to the right pitch. It has to be the piano is tuned to its characteristics. So every piano is different. Audiotist said a perfectly tuned piano sounds terrible. Yep. Yep. Well, we can confirm. Ro is definitely knows his stuff. Well, guys, it's getting really, really close. You guys have any last minute things you want to throw out there?
Sounds getting
I can't see the price. Are we all going to miss today?
At this point, yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. Not a single one of us is going to hit. It's 5:30. You're 5 cents away from a miss. 4 cents. 5 cents.
We'd be the only one to hit it. Maybe they can pull it down. I'll be all right with that. I'm down with that. Then we're all even.
You can't root to go down in price. Come on now.
Because I know it's going to go back up. It's fine. Actually, you know what? I just have to say that the price is right here, and you guys can stamp the chart, and it'll go down to my 525 range there, and I'll be happy.
Yeah. Well, guys, it's getting awfully close. Shall we make? Who were we making cry earlier today? It was ducking somebody. Somebody ducking.
I don't know, but I should share with you that I was just sitting here. We're closing the day out. Mrs. Pirate, my son comes through the door, and they brought me back a chicken taco and chips, just out of the clear blue. It's just like a little snack.
Oh, that's nice.
Aw, isn't that
the
nice?
best? That's the best.
Surprise snacks are always the best, unless you're in bed. No, wait, that's okay too.
Well, you got to read between the lines. What it means is they went out to eat. That's what it means.
Yeah, and they forgot all about you.
Oh,
last minute we done
yeah.
that with our kid.
Yep. Dang, I didn't even think of that. Yep.
Yeah.
That's definitely
Our
what it means.
Our youngest one's still at home. We'll be out eating dinner, and we'll get ready to leave. And she's like, "We should take something home for him." And I'm like, "He's got a job, and he works at a shop that makes food. He's fine." Next thing you know, she's ordering a $20 meal that we take home and serve to him after one. Yeah, I get it.
GME is it's climbing on up there. She's about ready to close over $30 for the day today, and still continuing to move up, not quite nicely. AMC is at 531 and still kind of sort of moving up a little bit here, and looking for a strong close as well. But it is that time of the day, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah,
No.
I know.
No.
Unfortunately.
Don't go.
No.
All right.
It's y'all tomorrow.
I'll see you guys in the back of the Big Tramp in just a few. Well, guys, I did get that question right there at the very end about how many brokers do I use. I don't typically discuss how many I have, but I will tell you there's at least 2. But anyways, it is time to end the day, and as usual, all good things must eventually come to an end. Eat, sleep, drink, get plenty of rest. Time with your family, spend time with your friends. Tomorrow's another trading day. It'll be happy hump day. I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, spend time with your family, spend time with your friends, take your pets out for a walk because I like getting outdoors too. And for crying out loud, go see an AMC movie because after all, that's what we're here to do is see AMC movies and help support the company. But above all else, don't have a good night. Have a great night. Beep beep.
When the night's getting cold, you're needing a shoulder. Puff out your chest and be a little bolder. All we do is we buy and hold. There will be shills who wanna steal your thrills. There will be friends who hold till the end. There will be doubt, fear and cloud, but it's all in your head. Those hedges are dead. Panic and fear really are near, but it's not ours to own. We have shown that all we do is buy and hold. Oh, there will be shills who wanna steal your thrills, and there will be friends who hold till the end, and there will be doubt, fear and cloud, but it's all in your head. Those hedges are dead. So when the night's getting colder, you're needing that shoulder. These apes got your back. We got each other. All we do is we buy and hold.
T-minus 90 seconds and counting. All systems are go. We're about 90 seconds from the launch of Space Shuttle Discovery. T-minus 60 seconds and counting. We are transferring to orbiter internal power at this time. Discovery is now running off its 3 onboard fuel cells. Coming up on a go for auto sequence start. And we have a go for auto sequence start. Discovery's onboard computers have primary control of all the vehicle's critical functions. T-minus 17 seconds and counting. 15, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, start, 2, 1, booster ignition, and liftoff of the Space Shuttle Discovery, returning to the space station, paving the way for future missions beyond. Stress on the shuttles and brings them sound rocket booster separation confirmed. Guidance now converging. Discovery's onboard computers commanding the main engine nozzles to swivel, aiming the shuttle for its precise target in space for main engine cutoff.
Should have a good forward link now on S10.
Okay, you sound good.
Discovery Houston, negative return.
Copy, a negative return.
Raindrops are falling on my head, and just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed, nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. So I just did me some talking to the sun, and I said I didn't like the way he got things done, sleeping on the job. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling. But there's one thing I know, the blues they sing